Hi, my name's Leandra and I'll be presenting Ecuador. First, we're going to start off with the Ecuadorian flag, which consists of three colors: blue, red, and yellow. Yellow stands for the crops and lands, the red stands for the blood shedded by the soldiers, and the blue stands for the sea and sky. Now we're going to go to the history of Ecuador. Ecuador is a small country in northwestern South America. Ecuador is located south of Colombia and north of Peru. Its diverse landscape encompasses the Amazon jungle, the Andean Islands, and the wildlife-rich Galapagos Islands. Ecuador has many volcanoes and has one of the greatest densities of volcanoes in the world. Ecuador is one of three countries that were created in 1830 after the collapse of Gran Colombia. And the capital of Ecuador is Quito, and as you can see here, you can see that Ecuador is mostly consists of townhomes, churches, in this one area of Quito. And mostly Ecuador was inhabited by Native Americans. Now we're on to the Replica del Ecuador. Ecuador is named after the equator, which runs throughout the country. It is in fact the only country that has ever been named after a geographical feature. Now we're on to the food. One of the Ecuadorian food is called the churrasco, which is a thin, salty steak covered with gravy. You got your boiled egg, you got your rice. You can add your minestra if you wanted to. Then you got your fries or potatoes, and you have your piece of avocado and lettuce. Now we're on to our encebollado, which is a very popular coastal dish and mostly consists of tuna, red onions, yuca, similar to potato, and cilantro, and you could top it with plantain chips, popcorn, or tostados. Now we're on to our koi, which generally served with potatoes and ají. And koi is mostly a guinea pig that's roasted, and they just basically eat it as is. Then you have the ají sauce, which is an Ecuadorian hot sauce served with many other dishes. Now we're on to two of the most common Ecuadorian drinks. The first one we're going to start off with is the colada de avena. It's typically a drink with oats, fruits, and brown sugar and water. Not really spicy, but the next one we're going to get to the spices, which is the colada morado, which is a traditional Ecuadorian drink made with fruit, spices, and a purple corn flour. That's why it looks so purpley. And also, they drink that, they use that for the day after the dead. They use that to see all the people that died at the gravesites, just trying to worship their burial rights for the dead, basically for the loved ones that they lost. And the major industry in Ecuador is bananas. Then you have the oil, shrimp, coffee, fish. Now we're on to our little fun facts. We have the first one, chivas, which is basically a party bus. A bus basically converted into a party bus with a DJ booth. They have gallons of calelazo. They have live band, and basically they just go riding throughout the country for like several hours, just sightseeing, dancing, and just being very merry. Now we have our Panama hat, which is made in Cuarenta, not Panama. Just really a traditional hat that they wear in Ecuador. Now lastly, we have our rainbow roses, which is artificial colored roses and doesn't really last that long. And there you have it. Ecuador it is.